Greg credit for this one. I was in France monkeying around over there,
That's too bad.
and he was doing the work. So we're going to make his recipe today.
Okay, great.
Yeah. What are we making? Veal stew, right?
Veal stew.
Veal stew.
You got it.
Okay. Let me see where we're at here. Basically, what we have here is veal stew meat that you want to marinate in some Beaujolais, which we have here. You can see what we have here is the veal stew marinating with some of the vegetables, carrot, parsnip, there's garlic, there's onion. You got to buy the book for the rest of it. I'm sorry. So
is this just in straight Beaujolais? The whole marinade is the wine.
The wine.
Period.
Yeah.
So you don't have to add anything else.
No, about 24 hours with the vegetables, and then we'll actually season it afterwards.
Okay.
So, and what I'm going to do real quick here is just, you can see the way we cut up the vegetables at the restaurant, because the restaurant, what we do is we use the vegetables for marinade and for the cooking, but we use a different cut, a finished cut vegetable for the presentation.
For the final thing.
But that's a restaurant gig. So at home, I mean, if you don't mind, your vegetables look like this, well then go ahead and use them. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. That would be fine with me.
That would be fine with me at home too.
Right.
So all we're doing is separating the veal from the vegetables.
Now, what kind of veal is this?
Veal stew meat.
Just veal stew meat.
Yeah, it's cut from the from the round, from I don't know, the part of the veal that isn't as good as the good part.
The part you need to stew.
Right.
So and it really gets a beautiful color. I mean, the color really changes.
Yeah, and we marinated at the restaurant for about 24 hours. We try to let it sit and relax with the vegetables and pick up some of the flavors from the carrot and the garlic and parsnip and that stuff. So, okie dokie. So let's. What we're gonna do now? We have a hot pan. Ooh, it looks hot. And we're gonna brown the meat. We're gonna pull that out. We're gonna brown the vegetables, and then we're gonna sort of deglaze it. Well, we are going to.
So you're making just a very small portion now to show us. In the book it's for 4 or 6 people.
Yeah, at home you'd have a little more than this.
So you don't want to crowd the pan though too much when you're doing it, right?
No, actually, what we do, we make it at 10 pounds at a time, but we'll have 4 or 5 saute pans going on the stove at one time.
Okay, or you could just brown a little at a time.
Yeah, go a little time because you want the meat to brown, and you can't get it to brown if.
Standing back, I think you're going to spurt me here.
Here, this will help.
All right.
We're going to let that work around there a little bit. And you really want to get some color on it. You really do. I mean, you want to get some color on the meat.
The smell already is wonderful.
That's what's great about the wine. We chose Beaujolais, Greg and I, because of its fruity character. Beaujolais made a carbonic maceration. They put the grapes in and let them ferment with their skins on. They explode, so they're real fruity, which is nice. So this really adds a nice, lively flavor to what you got going on there.
And you really do want to use a nice heavy pan for this, don't you?
Yeah, because you don't want to use nonstick. Keep your nonstick pans in the cupboard, because what you want, you can see that that caramelization building, and that's where a lot of the flavor comes from. So you want that to stick to the bottom of the pan. So a heavy bottom pan certainly is your best bet, because you can get that even heat.
That's really any time you're sautéing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You really want to have a nice.
The nonstick pans at home are for your low-fat cooking, and this is relatively low-fat though, actually, so it's not so bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so we get a little color there, which you can see. Okay, so what we're gonna do is go ahead and pull the meat out of here, and reserve it. Don't throw it out because you're gonna need it. That's kind of important. And then put your vegetables in. Okay. And you just want to kind of do the same thing with the vegetables. Get a little color there, and obviously this is not a lot of vegetables.
No, you're showing us a single.
Small batch.
This is if you're at home by yourself. This is what you do.
Once again, you can see the cut of the vegetables here. These are just whacked up for the marination purposes. But at home, if you want to do a little more of a finished cut on them, please do for presentation. If you don't, once again, it's not a big deal.
But that real country, the country look of chunky vegetables, I think, is a great look.
It's that comfort gig.
Right.
It's hip now.
Right. Comfort food.
Comfort food. This would qualify as comfort food. Okay. Once again, this is a veal stew. If you want to use beef, use beef. If you want to use pork shoulder, you can do that. So, okay, so we kind of get a little color on these, caramelize them up, and then we're going to remove these from the pan also. Okay.
Okay.
But what we're not going to do is lose all those things that are stuck in the bottom of the pan.
That's the best part.
That's the flavor. So.
Right. So now this is the marination.
That's the marination, right? And we want to remove that, okay? And actually, this is a heavy enough pan to actually go right in the oven.
It is. I mean, this is just the kind of pan you could go in the oven.
This is beautiful. So cut down on your cleaning.
Now, if you didn't have a pan, though, that you wanted to present in or you didn't want to put into the oven, at this point you would just transfer everything to a baking dish?
Yeah, into a baking dish. You can use ceramic, glass, cast iron if you wanted to. Something heavy enough to go in the oven. That won't melt in the oven.
Right. Yeah. Watch
no plastic handles.
Watch your handles when you're putting it into the oven. You really don't want to put something with a plastic handle in.
No, it's not going to be.
You'll have a nightmare.
Okay, we combine these ingredients. This is where your fresh marjoram comes in. This is going to go into the oven with it. Okay.
And that's nice because marjoram now it's at the grocery store.
It is.
There's all kinds of herbs.
I got all kinds of fun stuff going on there now.
Oh, the smells so good.
Veal stock, hot veal stock, okay?
Now I know that people are sitting there going, where am I supposed to get veal stock?
Good point.
And even though you make veal stock,
We make it ourselves.
we do want to mention that a lot of the grocery stores now have, I think it's called Good as Gold. There's a very good concentrated veal stock that they carry at a lot of the markets, and it's
like a paste. It's real thick, comes in a small
Very
container.
thick.
It's kind of expensive, but a little goes a long way, especially for something like this.
and it really is. It's good.
It's very good. It's easier than making your own, but if you like to fill up the house full of those great smells,
Right.
make your own.
Right.
Because that's what's kind of fun. So you can see what we got going on here. We got our vegetables in there. We have the meat, we have the marinade, which we reduced down a little bit, and then the veal stock. Now this goes into the oven.
Okay.
I don't have the recipe in front of me. I don't
And how
know.
long? Just until it's got to get tender.
Yeah,
and
it takes a couple of hours.
Tender and reduced?
Yeah, it takes time to cook its way down. At the restaurant, we'd finish it in just a little bit of butter and some sea salt, cracked white pepper. And once again, what we'll do is pull these vegetables back out and then finish it with the vegetables that we have here.
Okay. So you
I
want
think
this
we have
bowl?
a finished product for you. So finished product's always fun. Now also the vegetables in the recipe that you see on here are sort of winter vegetables. Now we're sort of sliding out of winter, we're heading into spring. So I brought some things along that you can use instead of. If you want to switch it up, right? This is parsnips and carrots and onions and turnips and
Really winter root vegetables.
yeah, because that's really what's available, and they're good stew things. But certainly you can lighten it up for spring if you want. Fava beans are in the market now.
Did you bring
English
any?
peas.
Because
I
I'd love
did.
to show what
Yeah.
fava beans look like.
They're the best. We use them a lot at the restaurant. You'll find them now at on our menu at To the Posto. Artichokes, spring asparagus is coming out now. Treviso, wild radicchio, which is very nice. You could put some banana in there.
Banana?
Just kidding. Gotcha.
I would think so.
That was a total setup.
These are the. I was gonna go. It's not a curry, is it? So the fava beans. Yeah, if they use fava beans now, you need to actually cook these first and take the skins off.
Yeah. You peel them twice. You can see they have this great little, wonderful package they live in. It's almost scary. And then you peel them again.
Because fava beans are they're just fabulous.
They're a lot of work.
And they really are at the market.
But they have a great flavor, and something you just barely blanch off and then add at the end to your stew, because you don't want to overcook them. They have great texture.
Well, let's see this finished. Let's see the finished one here.
We have finished stew. Yeah.
Let's see it.
Yeah. You can see the reduction of the sauce.
The smell is so that sauce is beautiful.
They can eat this one too.
That looks absolutely delicious.
Yeah,
And
that's nice.
Would you use any kind of a garnish or just leave it
At the
as
restaurant, we make a potato Napoleon that goes with it. But what I would do at home is just chop up some of your fresh marjoram
And
and
put it on
sprinkle
top.
that around, and and you're good to go. That's pretty
Now,
much it.
would you serve it with a spoon or with a fork?
Oh, it's chunky. You'd need both.
Yeah.
A shameless plug. I hope to get that check in the mail.
Well, this is really beautiful.
Yeah, it's a
And,
nice dish.
The smell is great.
Gets the whole
And
house going.
Hopefully, if people haven't tried your restaurant, they will, and they're
Tutto
also
Posto.
going to give a call right now to get the book. So we're going to go back to Julie over there.
Okay, thanks, Susie. We were just looking through the ingredients for the veal stew. It smells great. I can't wait to taste it.